welcome to the Pushing Hudson podcast. This is your host Dash. We spend a lot of time underestimating ourselves. We tell ourselves we are not ready yet, that we need more time, more confidence, more proof. But the truth is, most people don't fail because they can't do it. They fail because they never let themselves try properly. Today's episode is about that shift from half marathon to marathon, from triathlon to running, from maybe one day to I'm doing this. Turning 42 and chasing 42.2 kilometers isn't a gimmick, it's a statement. It's saying, I'm still here, I'm still growing, I'm not done pushing. This conversation isn't about being the fastest, it's about showing up week after week when motivation is gone, trusting the process even when doubt creeps in. Because somewhere between the long runs, the tired legs, and the quiet moments, you realize something important. You are stronger than you think. In that note, please let me introduce to our guest today. Here is Melissa. Hey, Melissa, welcome to the podcast.
Thank
And I'm
you.
so glad you're here. It's been a long time coming because we talked about doing this and then we had to reschedule a few times.
No problem.
I've known you briefly, so can you please give a quick introduction on who is Melissa?
Most people say Melissa is like a crazy lady because she is in her 40s and she likes running, so she does a lot of training hours. She works full time and she has two kids at home. And she's doing the household. So most people ask me most of the time, how do you do all this? So people think I'm magical, but I'm not.
Yeah, it is tough to do everything at home, being a mom, and then you run. So,
Yeah.
looking at your history, right? So you used to do triathlon, and then you started
True.
doing this running and everything. So, why this change from triathlon to running?
Well, for me, it was I always had a hate love relationship. Well, again, Melissa, I always have a love hate relationship with the swimming and the cycling part because I initially start running and then I went a part of the Adeco group. So it was my former work. So they give me the chance to do triathlon. And it was like, okay, I have to do it because, and I really liked it. I enjoyed it. But like swimming in open water, oh, no, no. I managed to do it a few times, but I really hated it. I couldn't swim crawl at all. So I learned to swim crawl. I did it, but I always was like, I felt between those other triathletes, I was like, trying to stay alive. And I managed to swim reasonable times, but in breaststroke all the time. So, and after that, I knew the cycling part went, and I was thinking, oh my God, I do not want a flat tire because I can't change it. So I'm going to die if I have one. And I don't know what was going on in my head. And suddenly, after like, because I did it for 5 years, I was thinking, oh, let's skip the part of the swimming and the cycling and do just running. And in my head, it was like, okay, now I'm almost 42. So now is the moment to change because I'm not getting any younger. So it gets tougher and tougher. So, then I was thinking, okay, why don't we have to do why can't I do a marathon? And that's actually where the idea came from to just do running.
Yeah, it's tough. Triathlon is tough. You have to do three things, and I don't know how people do it. And we have few guests who came on the show, and they shared their love of triathlon, and it's a very I think hard sport because
Yeah,
you
it
have to
is.
do three
Yeah.
three of them.
Yeah, you have to
So
be good. Normally, you have to be good in three sports. So I was thinking, no, I can't.
it is, yeah. You have to be if you want to compete. Even if you want to get better, you have to
Yeah.
practice all three of it. One thing will not work. As you look back at your history, right? So how was it when you're doing triathlon and then you started just to focus on running and doing marathon? Did it become easier for you with the triathlon background?
Well, I couldn't say it was easier, but it helped me a lot to push through. Because in triathlon, you have to push through. When you start swimming, you know you have to cycle, you know you still have to run. So you know in your head, your mindset has to be okay. So you know I have to push through. And that's exactly the things I had to use in the marathon as well. Because when it gets off after several kilometers, like 25 or 30, it's your mind that has to help the legs to push through. So, and that was a part that you also have in the triathlon. When you're tired, you just have to keep going. And that part helped me a lot in my marathon training as well. Yeah, to go further. So if you're tired, okay, you're tired, but just go ahead. Almost there.
And how was that feeling for you when you started this running? Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy running compared to doing the triathlon, where you just have to focus on one event, and when you're doing the marathon, right, you just gotta run and you just gotta keep up, like you said, you get tired eventually, but you just gotta push through. So was it enjoyable for you?
It was. I still enjoying actually because today, for example, I was like, no, I have a long run to do. I already ran 2 days, just small runs, like 5 or 6 kilometers, and I knew I had to do a long one today. I was thinking all day, no, it's not gonna happen. And I was telling myself, come on, you can do it. You can just push yourself through. Don't make any excuses. And I still enjoy it because when I was running, I was out in the sun, the nature, the flowers. It's like for me, it's coming, not coming clean, but it's a zen feeling for me. So after every run, I'm happy that I did it. That's why they call it a runner's high, probably. But for me, it's a good feeling. For me, when I don't go running, and you can ask my house mates, "Oh, you're not enjoyable. Just go out for a run because they know I need it. It's like an anti-stress thing for me.
That makes sense. I think running makes us a better person. All of that. I think a lot of people said that. And while we were talking about, you said you were gonna do 42 kilometers on your 42th
Hmm.
birthday. That was nice. So,
Yeah.
was that something you planned, or or, or was this something that you wanted as part of your 42nd birthday?
Well, it was some for me, but I have to start actually because it's already something I planned not in my head and before. But when I start running, it's now I think it's 11 years ago that I start running. For me, it was my mom became sick because she died at 55. And for me, I had to make a click in my head because I was more now, okay, now I'm still a bit overweighted, but I was really overweight. So when she became ill, for me, it was a reason to be healthier as well. And that's why I started running. And when she died, I promised her that I can do tough things too. And in my head, it was like, okay, now I'm 42. It's like symbolic 42 kilometers to do that one. And because the year before, I was telling everybody, no, I will never do a marathon. I can't do it. But then I talked to some people and say, yes, you can. You are tougher than you think. And I was thinking, yeah, maybe I should try it. And actually, like the day before the marathon, I was thinking, oh my God, what have I done to myself? I was in doubt. I was like, no, I'm never going to make it. But the day itself, I was looking at the sky and it was like my mom, she said, yes, you can do tough things. You can do it. And for me, it was like a click, and I really enjoyed every 42 kilometers of the marathon.
And I think every picture that was taken of me, I was smiling, waving at people like, woohoo, sun's out, Mel is out, hi, enjoying. So yeah, it was a great experience.
How was it like when you finished that line, when you do the 42 kilometer last 600 stretch, or where you were talking, everybody cheering, right? Because last 600 is where
Yeah.
there is most people are and cheering up. So how was that feeling for you as you were crossing over? Because like you said, it was something that you didn't thought that you would be able to achieve it. So how was that feeling?
It was an incredible feeling. I can't describe it with words. When I crossed that finish line, I thought I would cry, but I couldn't cry, but I was happy. It was like, yes, I did it. And I looked at the sky and I did, Mom, I did it, I did it. And it was like for me as well. So, oh, now I'm here. And it was like, okay, now my goal is gone. I have to find the next one. That was the second thing that came in my mind. So it's quite funny what all goes through a head after a finish line. But I saw a lot of videos when people saying, well, it's the most incredible feeling. I was thinking, wow, we'll see, but it is. I can really say it is. It is an incredible feeling that you still remember, I think, the rest of your life.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've run marathon before, right? So, and I never cried or close to being cried, like how I felt or
No.
while I doing the running. But on my last ultra marathon, I cried at 55
Yeah,
kilometer. I was so proud of myself because it was something I never thought I could do as well. So, and I did it after like my quads were I couldn't run downhill after 25 30 kilometers, and I had to like take a small step to come down, and I thought I was
yeah,
gonna drop out. And at 55, and it was like, oh my god, it's I was just happy that I was able to just finish it. And I know I was gonna finish it. It was only 1 kilometers left, but I was just like, oh my god, I cannot believe this, that I
yeah,
accomplished such a thing that I never thought I could. Because like you, I was very big too. I am
yeah,
still overweight like you said. And I used to be like 217 pounds, like 100 kilogram. And it
yeah,
was like, it was never thing that I would be able to do it one day. And I was like, oh god, it feels so nice. And it's that feelings.
yeah,
And
it is.
now I can remember this feeling, but I never got that feeling when I doing marathon. I don't think I truly like care. When I was doing the marathon, I was like, I can do it. I believed in myself. I think marathon, I thought I could do it, but this was like always in my doubt. Didn't have a good July. I was sick right before it, and I was like, oh
Yeah, I
god,
saw
I don't
it.
think,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't think I could do it. But that, oh my god, yes, that feeling is you cannot.
incredible.
Yes, yes. Even finish line was nothing, not so important for me, but that 55 kilometer, it was. When I saw the
Yeah,
line
yeah,
55 kilometer, I was like, yes, don't cry, it's okay.
there are some milestones in between a marathon as well. Because you know, in your head, you're saying, okay, almost 30 and then almost 35. That's because that was something I did. In my head, I put it in pieces. Because when I was thinking from the beginning, 42, yeah, I think I was going to be crazy, but I was like, okay, till 10, till, so I make small pieces and that make it bearable, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's the same thing for me. I was cruising until half marathon because five five was uphill very hard, and then 16 was downhill. So I ran it like a marathon, so I was
Yeah,
down. And
you're
up till
looking
20,
forward
yeah,
to it. So, woo.
yeah, 21, I was like, woo, let's go. I feel so good, great. And then comes the toughest course, and it was so hard. The next
Yeah.
4 kilometers was like, oh my God, this is bullshit. Who designed this course?
So what am I doing?
Exactly. And I thought, like, I will not be able to finish it right after that. And after that, it was like only 27. So I counted up to 28, and then after that, it was like 27 left, 26 left. And I think
Yeah.
we all have our tricks on how to get things
Yeah.
better.
No, I just wanted to say, I think you have to see what works for yourself because for me that worked, but maybe it doesn't work for anybody else. So my advice to everybody is just look for a system that works for you, that make it bearable, that makes it that makes it you can accomplish everything you want. So, but it doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't work for everybody. So what works for me doesn't work for everybody, but it's a great tip. I got
That
to.
is why it is beautiful, because we all have our own struggles, right? Because you go
Yeah,
with your own way. When I run marathon, I go with my own way, on my own struggles and stuff
yeah,
like that. And you said when your mother passed away, you made yourself this promise that you're gonna do hard things.
yeah,
So is that the reason that you started running? Was to get healthier, better, or you just wanted to run a marathon?
yeah. It for me it was the reason because I knew if I kept going the way I was, maybe I should suffer from some things too, and I didn't want that. I wanted to be there, still be there for my children. So I was thinking, okay, I have to lose a lot of weight, and I did, but actually too much weight that I lost because I had when I started running, I lost 25 kilos. And I start running, and the biggest mistake, and now you're gonna laugh with it, but the biggest mistake I made was I didn't eat carbs. But I was so unknown about the food that you need for running, so I constantly had pain, I was injured, and I didn't know why. And then somebody told me, well, you do need carbs, so your muscles are now self destructing because they don't have the food they need. So that's when I had to change all the plans. So I gained again a bit weight, of course, uh, but I ran with less injuries. So that was for me a very good lesson I had to take because you can't start running and do whatever you want. You have to take some advice from people too, and that was missing in the first years that I ran. So
When you're talking about running, and like when you said, talking from my own experience, when you are overweight, when you're big, then and when you get into running, then it's so hard, right? Because you are not used to
yeah,
it, and then your body is so big, and then you
yes,
try to do, and then your leg hurts and everything. And then also when people look at you in a crazy way, like, oh look, Sim's running, it's like all those
yeah.
stuff.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's also mental because now I have it too. When I run at the streets, I see people looking at me, and then I'm thinking, okay, now are they thinking, see the fatty running? And but in the beginning, I was like, the people are running. Now I think, yes, I run, so it's better than you. You do nothing. I assume they do nothing, but maybe they do something. But it's actually all in the heads. People are sometimes just looking like, because I look at people too, like, whoa, they're running good, or the technique is good. So maybe they're just doing that as well. So we can always assume people will think bad things.
Yeah, I mean, there is being a bigger runner, there is always this talk, because if you're not petite and slim, then people don't really count you as a runner. I think there has been this stereotype, and it's hard community.
Yeah.
So have you ever felt any kind of discrimination by when how you look when you're running? People have made mean comments and stuff like that.
Well, not personally, maybe behind my back, because
Mm.
but I don't look back, so uh, so let's hope not. But maybe once when I was in a race, you see people looking and thinking, "Oh my God, are you are going to do that race? You probably can't run 5K." And I was thinking, my weight doesn't have anything to do how fast or how long I can run. I can do it my own way, and that's actually what I tell people now too. When my colleagues say, "Oh, but I'm a bit overweight, I can't," then I say, "You start slow. I start slow as well, and you keep getting better and better. And even how slow you go, you still there's a meme who tells it, you're still lapping everybody on the couch. So it is true. You're just moving. And that's actually a message that should be more be out in the world to tell people it doesn't care of we don't care how do you look. If you want to be healthy, and you will go for a run, so go for it. uh, but I can imagine that people who make it hard, because when you start running you're a bit overweight, maybe, like people thinking like, oh my god, she's slow, or he is slow because of that, and that makes it hard mentally, and then you have to push through. So that's what I'm trying to do now with my colleagues, to say, well, no, don't bother them. I was there once too, so just push through, and I know you're going to make it. And that's a thing, people telling me that they appreciate very much that I have a way of thinking that way, because I encourage people, no matter how slow or how far they run, it doesn't matter. I keep pushing them through.
Yeah, I think we all have to do that. It's, there is this fear. That's what I believe, right? So, and it
Yeah.
was for me too. When things are easy, we don't want to change. It's a human nature because we want to have easy
Yeah.
life. Nobody wants to try harder, do
Yeah.
harder things.
True.
So I think for us to take that step, we need to be inspired, like how you're talking about. You are giving yourself an example. You are an inspiration to a lot of your friends and family because you have gone through this phase where you have changed your life and you are now running marathons and doing things like that. So I think we need more people advocating that we need to keep moving. It doesn't have to be running at the beginning. You can walk, you can bike, you can do
It is.
something. Just be
Yeah.
active.
Yeah, because people think van, oh yeah, but you ran a marathon. And I was always saying to them, yeah, but once I was the person who was very happy with a 5K or even 2K. Um, so it's small achievements, and then you can see. And if you say to yourself, okay, I only want to run 5K, it's okay too. And that's actually the message I want to say to people. You make your own goal, and you if you achieve your goal you will be happy, and maybe you go further, maybe you don't, or if you don't want to, but that's okay too.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do this podcast too. I started doing this podcast was to how
Yeah.
people inspired me when I was into running. I used to
Hmm.
do only do
Yeah.
5Ks, 10Ks, marathon, and I had my friend Elena. She used to do marathon back in 2016, 2017, and I was like, oh my god, she
Yeah.
runs marathon. She's a badass, and I never thought I could do marathon there because I was into sports. I played ultimate frisbee, but if somebody asked me run 5K, then I was like, no way, no thanks. Like I cannot do it.
So,
I
oh
I used to
thanks, but no thanks.
yeah, I used to sprint a lot, but I sprang ultimate
Yeah.
frisbee, but not in the thing. And when this podcast started too, I was talking to so many trial runners, and then they talked about the struggle, how they are going and doing these things like you, where
Yeah.
we want to try something that we have not done before, and that's what I signed up for this ultra marathon was to do something that I've never done before and get out of my comfort zone. And in that note, are you also thinking about doing ultra marathons?
Yeah. It is something that I recognize. You always want to do, for me, I'm speaking for myself, I always want to do something new that maybe in my head I was thinking, oh my god, what are you going to do? But I think that's my nature. I always have to sign up for things I don't know even if I can manage them, but I want to do it. Um, and the way or the road to it makes it special. So who knows what's coming next?
So ultra marathon is definitely on the card then.
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe not yet. Maybe another marathon, or two, and maybe after that I can think about ultra marathon
I
if
can
I'm
guarantee
not
you.
too old.
I can guarantee you that your ultra marathon will be much easier than a marathon.
It is.
I mean, at least you don't have to run in full heart rate.
True.
For
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it will be much easier. From my experience, the training was the best I've ever had. So I've run for 8 9 years. So this ultra marathon training block was the best because there was no
Yeah.
time pressure for me because I didn't need to hit 5 minute pace or 4:30 while I'm doing the ESO
Yeah.
or whatever.
True.
I never looked my watch once, what split I was hitting. I
Yeah.
never looked at. I only looked at my form, and I when I till now my watch face is not speed. I don't care. I use my power zone. I use what is my cadence. I use my the
Yeah.
vertical oscillation. I use how much my stride length is. So I just look at that. I don't look at the other things. So because pace is irrelevant, so I don't even care about the pace. So I think you will enjoy it much more just because the journey is nicer. It's you don't have to worry about time.
True. I think that is something that is less important when you do some things like that. I saw a lot of people who did, I don't know if you know it, the Marathon des Sables.
I have heard of
It's,
it.
well, you also have a half Marathon des Sables. But it's running like in the desert most of the
Yep.
time,
Yeah.
but running, walking actually. So you can do it as fast or as slow as you want, but it's quite expensive. But maybe one day when I win lottery, I can do it as well, uh, because I've seen a lot of things about it, and that's actually a thing that I was telling myself. Maybe one day I want to do that.
Yeah. So not wait. Do it. I mean, this is a bucket, and then I waited for. I was like, I'm gonna train for the ultra marathon, and I'm gonna do it, and that never happened. So I booked it, and then it happened. So that's would be
Yeah,
my suggestion is to just book it. And now
but
going,
I guess ultra marathon is less expensive than a Marathon des Sables, I guess.
yes, yeah.
So
Mine was
yeah.
60 euros
Oh yeah, it's definitely much cheaper.
cheaper.
Yes, I think you for the Marathon des Sables, it's crazy expensive. I think it's like 5,000 euros.
That is one of the
Like, but
major
oh my
races.
god,
Yeah, that is one of the major races.
which
I think
people
so. Yeah, it is
which people
expensive.
can pay it?
Lot of I mean, Cocodona
Yeah,
is
there are a lot of people.
1600. Cocodona is $1,600. I think.
Yeah,
Um, Berlin Marathon is it was 200 euros when you this year's Berlin Marathon. I think
yeah.
those races are very maybe hard. I don't know. It's yeah, it's 5,000 seems about right. It's a lot of people will pay for it or do
Yeah,
like a
that's true.
charity something like that too.
Actually,
So
when you want to do something, then it's your really one goal. Then you get some savings. So maybe I should save a lot.
or just start to something different.
True.
And now as we earlier you said right. So when you are running the triathlon, when you are doing the triathlon, and when you are running the marathon, there is always this mental toughness that you need because you need to be you are always doing things that's harder like when you're running 2 years you always say that okay this much left because you need to be mentally very prepared to go through and endure all the pain. So in your experience, was triathlon harder for you or marathon, and why?
um, I think for me, triathlon was harder because with triathlon, I had some fear as well because I knew I had to go in the water. I had a lot of people. I was afraid that people was going to push me under and I couldn't get up again. So that's something I don't had when I didn't had when I have in the marathon. Okay, you have people around me, but they're not going to push, and most of the time they don't. Um, so yeah, triathlon was harder because there was fear with it. Fear of doing things I can't say I don't like, but who are for me a bit, yeah, it's a fear that I can't describe. And in marathon, I knew I just had to run, and I knew I could get through because I was a lot of voices in my head and people who were saying, okay, think about what I said when you run. And that actually I did that. So, and that's something you have less in triathlon. Because you have to stay focused. You have to watch where am I swimming, where am I cycling, and in running you don't have to think about the technique. Less. Allee, for me it was I had to less to think about the technique. So I could say that triathlon is more technical, and marathon is more enjoyable. For me, it is. Yeah.
We were talking about this. You said earlier too, right? So today you had a long run, and you were doubting
Yeah.
yourself that, oh, I cannot do it, and it's hard, whatever.
Yes.
So, in on those days, so what are the techniques that you use to make it happen for you?
Well, today it was like I was sitting on the couch and I was looking outside and I was telling myself, Melissa, the sun is shining and it's not that hot. And if you keep postponing everything, then you have to run in the heat tomorrow. So I knew it wasn't an option, so I just get my ass up and put on my clothes. And I know when I have the clothes on, it's a click, I have to go out. So when the clothes are on, I know now I have to go. And I was telling to my son, did you see my motivation outside? Because I can't find it. And he was telling, yes, you can. I know you can. And then I knew, okay, make them proud. And then I just went out, and the first 5 kilometers I was like, oh, I was like that. But after that, it was like, I'm glad I did it. So for me, the trick is put on the running clothes and it's go time.
For me too, first starting is always difficult, but once the body
Yeah,
is warmed up, then it's much easier to go through and go longer
it is.
distances. I think I can go
Yeah,
longer, but if you ask me to run 5K, then it's like, God, I hate this. I don't want to do it.
it is because in my head it's like, oh, it's only 5K you have to do, but I think that's tougher than like 1 hour 30 or 15 kilometers to do. So yeah, it is.
When we were studying, you said triathlon, half marathon, and marathon, right? So when you transition from just doing marathon into the full marathon, what has been your biggest challenge for you?
For me, I did in April of this year, I did a half marathon, but it was quite hot that day. Um, and I had such a bad experience with that half marathon, so it made me doubt like, okay, if I have now already have such a suffer time in half marathon, I'm never going to make it in a full one. But luckily for me, I was thinking like, oh my god, no, there are several things you can do it. And then for me, it was like it's not ideal, but we have the 20 kilometers of Brussels. And that's like 5 days before the marathon. Um, but I did that, and that was a good one. And I guess for me, it was especially mentally to tell myself, okay, you can do it. Just run at your own pace. We'll see. The parcours of the 20 kilometers was like Stockholm, where I did. So I knew it was a good warming up. And I had a much better time. And I always tell myself, you see, you can do it. And for me, it was mentally like, okay, now I think I'm ready to do it. So, and then my physio also told me, just trust the process. You'll see, you're going to manage it. Just tell yourself you can do it. So that make a difference as well.
And a lot of the marathoners, when we are running, right, including me, we don't do any strength training. So, what is your relationship with the strength training?
Well, for me, I don't do it enough. I'm honest. Um, when I decide to do a second marathon, it's a thing that I should do more. I had it just once a week, 1 hour. Um, but I don't think that's enough. I think to avoid injuries, you have to, especially the ankle, knees, or maybe what your I don't know how you say that in English. What your weakness is, you have to. put more straight in it. So for me, I know it is my ankle, it or my hips. So I think I suffered with not an injury, but a lot of pain in my hips as well. I think it's the movements I make. So I had some dry needling, and that really helped. And I do have some exercises that I still have to do now when I'm running, because I know if I don't do them, I will get pain again. So yeah, I think I have to do more strength sessions in the future because it helps. It really helps running to avoid injuries. But yeah,
Yeah, we all know we need to do it. I need to do it too. And hip is probably the one part, hip and glute. I think that has been throughout my running. Like I've had so many injuries. You can say that what injuries I don't have. I think that's easier to say like what I don't have. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
where it
So
doesn't hurt.
I don't think there is any spot left in my leg where it doesn't hurt. No, I think I have all of it, and everything went back to the hip and glute. I think that was, and at that point I
Yeah,
realized, okay, hip and glute are crucial. If it is ITB, my quads, knees, calf, like Achilles, ankle, everything, and I was like, okay, and I worked. I started paying more focus on doing the strength thing on it. But like you said, we all need to do better. I don't do enough.
yeah. I
It's
think it's
embarrassing.
also you're also running a lot of time. You do some long runs, your hours gone, and then you tell yourself, okay, now I do have to go to the gym as well, or maybe you have some stuff at home, but you have to make time for it, and that's the most difficult part. For running, I can make time, but for the other thing, I can't. I was like, oh, I already ran. Oh, it will be fine.
Yeah. Same problem. Same problem with me too. And while you were training for this marathon, how did your weekly
Yeah.
mileage look like?
It started with 3 times a week. I think it was like 25, 30 kilometers. And at the end, it was like 60 kilometers a week, 4 times a week. Um, it would most of the time, it was like a mix of fartlek training, sprint, small sprints, but also one or two long, slow distance running. Most of the time in the weekends and the long runs always on Sunday. Because for me, that's something that works a lot. Even now in the holidays, because I'm a teacher now, I have more time to run. But I keep do my long trainings on Sunday because I think it's something in my head that knows, okay, Sunday, it's long run day. Um, so yeah, it was 60 kilometers just a week, no, 2 weeks before. And now I'm still in maintenance level. We keep getting up, so now I do have 4 times a week, and I think this week I ran in total. Now I just have to count. Um, I think 30, 35 kilometers, and that's my maintenance level because I don't want to lose a lot
Endurance.
of the endurance because when I decide to do another marathon, it will be in spring. So I have to be ready.
You mean next year's sprint?
Yeah, I already figured some things out, but I didn't inscribe myself for a marathon yet. But there are some few candidates from marathons that I want to do. But the problem is finding some time off. So it had to be because most of the marathons are in a weekend. But if it's not on a holiday, I can't leave on Friday because I have to work. So which means I have to go Friday night, but then it will be just one day there, marathon and back. So I don't want to do that because I will be rushed and I want to be zen before it. So that's some things I have to figure out. Maybe I
Yes.
should ask my boss, can I just take one day off? It's for the good cause.
Yes. Yeah, it is hard when you work. in the US, I think a lot of the races are on Saturdays. That's what
Yeah,
it used to happen. But here, in once I came to Europe, everything is on Sunday. I was like, why? Because
yeah,
if we do it on Saturday, we can relax on Sunday, right? One day off, we can just get
true.
recover. But it's no, it's you have to go back the next day. I don't know.
Yeah, I had it with the marathon as well. I No, my marathon was on a Saturday. Now I remember it was on a Saturday
Oh,
because I left on Sunday morning, um, and I knew the day after on Monday I have to go back to work. But it helped that there was a day in between.
yes,
So yeah, that helped as well.
it helps.
So
Totally helps.
Stockholm was
Yeah,
American thing.
yeah. That's what I was saying. It helps. And
Yeah.
do you do anything for recovery up to get over from a marathons too? Like sauna, massages, yoga?
Well, we have a jacuzzi at home, and sometimes not in summertime because I'm already sweating, um, and in wintertime when I do some trainings, then I go in the jacuzzi afterwards, and I know my muscles it it's better. I can feel it. So yeah, in summertime when my husband doesn't put the jacuzzi on, I I can use it as an ice bath. So that's what I do most of the time in summer times. But I can't do it a lot because most of the time he already put it on heat. So
But heat is good.
yeah,
Heat is
most of
good.
the time when the sweating is done, I'm going to take a very hot shower. And everybody here is so angry because when they shower afterwards, it's like, Mom, how can you shower so
Hot.
hot?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It is nice. Hot water
It's
is
for
the
the
best.
muscles.
Yes. Yes. It's so that our veins can expand and give us that needed recovery
Yeah.
time. And you said Stockholm, right? And that was your marathon that you picked for a 42. Why did you pick
Yeah.
that race? Was there any particular reason that you wanted to do this?
For me, it was because I know Sweden, as a country who doesn't have a very hot summers most of the time or springs, so I knew the temperature wasn't going to be a big thing. Um, but we went on several holidays in Stockholm already, and Sweden in general, and I think it's a very nice country, very nice people. And when I went to Stockholm, I knew if they do a marathon, this is the one I wanted to do because I knew it wasn't very hilly as well. The people are nice, the things around it are nice, and I'm learning Swedish as well. So for me, it was like, okay, I understand the language. So for me, it was, yeah, it was like a reason to put that as a first marathon.
Now you are looking at another marathon in Belgium, right? So in November. So is it, do you just do marathon for the experience or you want to get faster and faster and faster?
Oh, I think I lie if I say it was just for the experience because there is a voice in your head would always say, do it a bit faster. Even you know that's not the most important thing, but I guess I would lie if I say it with just the experience. I think when I do a second marathon, I it is for the experience as well, but I guess there is a voice in my head who's going to say, even if it's 2 seconds, just try to be not slower than you were before, um, because then I will be disappointed in myself. But afterwards, I keep telling myself, no, time is not important. But I think I would lie if I say that time doesn't matter to me.
I think
I know
that's
I was not the fastest one because I did 5 hours, 14 minutes, and 8 seconds. So it's not the fastest thing. But maybe my goal is now to be under 5 hours. But I think that will be my only goal during the next of the next for my life because I know I won't be anything younger. So it will get harder. So yeah, we'll see.
As oh god, what was the question I was gonna ask you? I forgot the question. Okay. There is
No
something
problem. That
there is something I wanted to ask you, and it happens a lot. It happens a lot with me. I was like, oh,
it
okay, I'm going
happens
to ask.
also with me.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to ask this question. Okay, this question. Like, what question? Where did that go? So, what is
I
next for
have it
you?
too.
So, what is next for you in your journey?
Well, the next for me, I think, is to search out which next marathon I wanted to do. So I think the next goal is going to be a marathon. The one on my list is in Rome, but it's in March, March the 22nd,
Hot.
but it's not an ideal date.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that's holding me back. But I think it's a very beautiful one because I never been to Rome before. So that will be a very nice one. Paris is also a thing that could be because the date is in April and it's like in a holiday. So for me, it's more ideal. But I visit Paris a lot. I also did a triathlon in Paris, so I know the city yet. So that's a bit a mix that I have to decide for myself which one I'm going to choose.
Or this ultra? Oh, I mean, just kidding.
So maybe in 27.
Yeah, yeah. I remember the question. So, what type of shoes do you wear at this moment for the trainings?
I have actually two pairs of shoes. One is a New Balance. And for both of the shoes, I went to Runners Lab in Belgium. So I don't know if it exists in other countries too, but we have to run small parts, which shoes on, and then they see how the foot land and which shoes is the best for you. And the two, my Hokas and my Red Balances, those are the one who came out best. I choose to run the most of the time with my Hokas because for me, it when I run with them, I don't have any pains afterwards. It feels good. For me, it gives confidence, and that is important as well. The New Balance too, but you can see that because I overpronate, and the New Balance they recover it as well, but not as much as my Hokas. So more, I think that's the thing why I feel more comfortable with my Hokas on. But
It's-
I only have two pairs.
I also have two pairs. No, no, I have three.
Phew! I was thinking I was not normal for just having two pairs.
Yeah, I didn't think a lot of people. I use New Balance 880. I think I bought a brand new shoes for my ultra marathon, um, which a lot of people don't do. It's never recommended to use a brand new shoes. Why I use
No.
it because that shoes I can just pick it up from the shelf and use it because I use the same exact shoes. So, and I only wear the shoes with 8 millimeter heel to toe drop because that is it
Yeah.
works perfectly for me. I don't get any Achilles pain. I don't get any issues there with my and it has limited stability, so it helps with my pronation too. But before I used to pick up random shoes and wear, and then I always used to get the Achilles issues. But now I know that 8 millimeter works, so I can pick any shoes with 8 millimeter and it works. I think that is one good thing I've
Yeah.
learned how to pick a shoes.
Yeah, and shoes are so important because my husband recently started running and he he wouldn't listen to me when I say, yeah, the shoes are the most important thing. No, it's not. And then because he has a lot of weight that he has to carry with him because he's tall, and he started running with just regular shoes, and he had some knee pain. And I was telling, oh, it's because of the shoes. No, it's not. It's not. And I was telling him, take a test. Blah, blah. Now we're so far. He has some shoes, two pairs. uh, I think it's Adidas. Boston 12 and 13, I guess he has. And when he runs with the Boston 12s, he has a lot of knee pain.
Hmm.
When he ran with the 13, he doesn't have it. And I was now laughing. I was saying, you see, it are the shoes. So listen to me. So now he was saying, maybe I should go to Runner's Lab to get
Yeah.
some scan to see if those are good as well. And I was saying, yes, you have. And you have to do some exercise, strength exercise for your knees.
Yes, he needs to
So
work.
we'll see if he listens.
He needs to work on his hips too, like all of us.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
And are you a Garmin user or a Apple user?
I'm a Garmin user.
Yes, let's
Yeah.
go.
I had in the beginning I had an Apple Watch, but for me it didn't give enough information. And also the part because you have to uh, recharge it every evening. And with Garmin, I can like for 10, 11 days. So yeah. And also for triathlon, because I had it as well when I did some triathlon, there are more things. For me, it's more usable. Yeah.
It's easier. I like it too. And
Yeah.
so when we are running races, right? So a lot of things we eat. For instance, the gels that we use while
Yeah.
you're running. So is there anything that works for you while you're running, like Morton, Cis?
I always use, I tried a lot of gels, a lot of brands. And the one that works the most for me, where I don't want to vomit or I don't suffer from my stomach or even worse, going to the toilet. So it's a Belgian brand. It's 6D Nutrition. I don't know if you know that one, but that works the best for me. It's I don't have any pain in my stomach. I tried other ones, but during running I had some pain in my stomach. I didn't feel well. I was thinking no, because that was a tip that several people gave me. Just try different brands in your training sessions because for the marathon you have to know what's good. So I really fast discovered that 6D nutrition was the best one for me. And I use when I go for a training, it depends. It's just a small one. I just use water. If it's longer than an hour, I take some isotonic drinks with me, also from 6D, and some gels. It depends on how long I have to go. Um, but they also have very good taste, like pineapple and kiwi. So I really love them.
I don't know that brand. Maybe something I need to look at.
Yeah, I can advise it.
I'll look into that. And you are a marathoner, right? It's only 1% of the world's population who has done the marathon in the world. So if you go back in the past, and if you can give one advice to Melissa who is training for her first marathon, what would that be?
um, if I could go back and give myself an advice, what should it be? Let's think. Uh, I think I would say to myself, don't be afraid. Um, you are stronger than you think. You can do more than you think. Um, and you went through a lot of things, so this will be a success as well. That's actually a thing I would say to myself.
Based on your experience, if you look at your history of running, what has been the one thing that you learned from your journey?
When I see where I come from, like couch potato Melissa, to marathon Melissa, um, it took a lot of years, but I think the thing I learned the most is pushing through. Uh, because I see a lot of people who can't push through things. When I look to my own son, he started running, but he stops when he's tired. And then I'm telling, no, you have to push through because I have experience from being there. I wanted to stop a lot of times, but then I know when you're just over that point, then you can do a lot of things. So yeah, I think running, sports in general, makes people more resilient and more, it's a difficult word in English and I can't find it, to push through. Determination, I guess it calls. Yeah.
Yes, determination, resilient. And let's say somebody is listening to you right now, right? So they have been to this podcast and they are like us who used to be bigger and trying to get into the running. So what would be that one advice that you would give to them?
I always say to the people van to start at your own pace. Don't look to others. Don't compare yourself to others on the social media, because that's a big trustful for people, because they look even at me. They look at me and they say, "Oh, but you run so fast, or you did that," and then I say, "Yeah, okay, but I went through a lot." So I always tell the whole story, and then they know. So the advice that I give them: don't compare yourself in the beginning with other people. Never compare yourself, because we're all different people. But because that's the biggest thing that people do, and then they think, okay, I'm not good, I can't do it, and they stop. So, and I think they need also a lot of people who, maybe family, friends, who encourage them. That is a lot of thing that people miss as well. I'm trying to be that for some people I know, to encourage them. There is a girl, she started running because of me, and she now, I think she ran her first 10K a few months ago, and she was, oh, it's all because of you, because you told me I can do it. Just the pace doesn't matter, and that's the thing I say, pace doesn't matter, you still uh, cross that finish line, and that's the biggest achievement in life for a lot of people, cross the finish line. So yeah, my advice is, go ahead, don't compare yourself to others, and go at your own pace.
Uh, Lucy Bartholomew said on this podcast, comparison is a thief of joy. So we shouldn't
It
compare
is,
ourselves.
she's right.
Yeah, we shouldn't compare ourselves
Yeah,
with other people.
yeah, but we instantly do that, but I don't think it's a good thing, because we're all different.
Yeah.
We're built different, we're different people, different characters, so there's no need to do it. So we just have to look at ourselves.
Yes, and they might have 10 years of running behind them, who is person who is running
Yeah,
8 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes, but they might be running for a decade. You would never know. So yeah, I also try to chill. Don't it's not
yeah,
healthy. I think we just need to be proud of ourselves and proud of what we are doing because this is the best that we can do.
yeah. And there was something on that, it was on social media that I saw that was saying, um and I was thinking, yes, that's true. And it was like, but now I forgot it. I knew it a few minutes ago, and now I already forgot it. Now I have the thing you had. um um
Yeah,
it's,
welcome to the
maybe
team.
it's come back.
Okay,
The
we
brain
can
fog.
come back to that one. So two things left. So I'll ask you these rapid fire questions. Before that, if it comes, then we can go jump back to it. So I'll just
Yeah,
ask you
okay.
random questions. Um, when you're doing a long run, music, podcast, or silence?
Most of the time, music, because music is a motivation, of a motivator for me. In the beginning, it's like more calm music, but I know in the end, when it gets tougher, I need some music to pump it up. And I have a playlist, Mel's playlist, and there, when I know how far I can run, I can manage a lot of playlists, because I know in the end I'm tired and I need pumping up music. So yeah, yeah, it's definitely music.
Favorite post-run meal or snack?
Oh, um, most of the time it's pasta bolognese,
Mm.
because I love pasta too much.
Road, trail, or treadmill? Pick one.
I would say road, because you have a lot of sightseeing in between. Um, I did some treadmill runnings because I had to in winter time because I twisted my ankle, so I had to restart on a treadmill. Uh, and then I can watch Netflix, but it's not the same. I enjoy nature. I enjoy being outside. So yeah, definitely road. Why not trail? Because I am clumsy and I will die, I guess. I will twist my ankle.
It doesn't happen. It will be fine. One race on your bucket list.
The New York Marathon. I don't know why.
It's a good one.
Because I think it's something that is out of my reach now. The London Marathon as well, because I think it's the ballot system, so you have to be lucky to be in it. So maybe one day I will do one of those.
Berlin
We'll
Marathon
see.
too.
Yeah, or two marathons. No, but New York definitely yes. Yeah.
No, I was saying Berlin Marathon too because I'm from Berlin, so just pushing that agenda.
Yeah.
Uh, and if you could pick one partner while you are running, who would that be? Dead or alive? Anyone? Anyone?
so I can pick anyone.
Mhm.
uh, oh, actually, I would pick somebody who isn't alive anymore. I would pick my mom because I know she's my motivator and she can motivate me. And even now she is not here anymore, she still does. It's in my head, imaginary maybe, but I can feel it and I know that she is with me because an example today, there were a lot of butterflies and there was a butterfly who flew just next to me and I was thinking, huh? Strange. And he flew with me like 500 meters. And for me, it was a sign to say, my mom, don't give up. I know you can. I know you have a tough one today, but you can do it. Just go on. So yeah, I will pick her.
It's beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
one last thing. I usually ask this question to everybody. I would like you to finish
Yeah.
this sentence for me, please. Running has changed my life because.
It makes me a better person, no, a better person and a better version of myself in every way you can think about. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you remember that question you wanted to ask or something before we sign
No,
off? No.
it's
Oh, okay.
definitely gone.
All right then. Yeah, this was nice. It was nice talking to you after so long, going back and forth. So yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so
Yeah,
much for.
indeed. Sorry for all the postponing, but
No, it was my fault too. I got sick too, so it's okay. And yeah, it nice to finally get like talk to you
yeah,
face to face. We chat, and it was nice to know your journey. And good luck with your next marathon. And I hope you cross it. And then I
thank
hope
you.
I can see you in ultra running too. So
Who knows? I will let you know.
you can do it. I believe in you. Okay, so let's go.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Yeah. Okay. So we can talk again after the next marathon and see how you do, and then we can just keep in touch.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Thank you
thank you so
for the
much for your time, and
opportunity.
have a good evening.
You too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Hey everyone, thank you for making it to the end of the podcast. I hope you really enjoyed this conversation. I'll see you again next time with another guest. Until then, happy running.